Hey guys, it's Tanya with Scraptastic Creations. Today I'm going to create a 2-page layout and I'm going to use this beautiful Christmas paper collection by Close to My Heart, Silver Bells. I love this. It is so pretty. Look at that gold and silver foiling. This is gorgeous and I absolutely love this. I'm hoping the camera is picking that up. Look at this border. Okay, so you got rejoice, believe in the magic, season's greeting, best time of the year. I love that. This bell here is like probably my favorite in this bow. So I just think this is super pretty. So you can go with the silver, you can go with gold, or you can just do the combination. So this is the paper pack. And all of the paper is double-sided and it's a nice thick quality. And all the papers have a zip strip or branding strip. And on the back of them have the featured colors. So charcoal, linen, mink, toffee, white daisy. And I really appreciate that because I don't have to guess about what color cardstock I need or ink or re-inker or embellishments because I can get the perfect match. And I love that. You know, when you go buy paper somewhere and you're like trying to match all these pinks and you just can't get the right color, these have perfectly matched colors and that is awesome in my book. Okay, so you got this nice fun scrapbooking paper, and then you have this one, and this would be great for card making. Okay, so then you have this is a toffee and it almost looks gold, so I really like that. So you have this toffee print, and here's the other one, and then you have this gray print here. You've got the darker gray and the lighter gray. So you have your linen and your mink and your charcoal is all in these colors. So I love that. So you get your warm, your cool. So when I bought this paper pack, I bought the scrapbooking kit. So you can get just this paper packet or you can get the paper packet and the stickers, but I want all these extra pieces and I love that. So I buy the kit, and the kit comes with the dimensions to make 3 double-page layouts. You got 6 pages here. So everything you need, there's a complete cutting guide here, and they make it really simple, and I love that. So I'm not going to create these layouts. I just want all these extra pieces. So this kit came with these silver bell dots, and I mean, look at these. These are so pretty. These are like glitter dots. So, oh, look at this white one. I love that. So pretty. And then you have a gold one. So that is super fun. Then it has all the photo place cards in case you don't have your photos ready. And then this is what I love, okay? So you have all these like punch out pieces, and they punch out super easy. And you just, pop them out and you have all these ready pieces. And these are so fun. So this is like the reason I always buy these kits, because I love these. I mean, you can't get these pieces, these die cuts in any other way. So I love that. And then you get some extra pattern papers. So this one has these pattern papers. I think there was one more. Yeah, sorry, I grabbed it. So these are some exclusive prints that you get with that, with the workshop kit. And then it comes with all the cardstocks you need to create whatever you want or to put together those layouts. And then you even get your memory protectors, and these are super thick and I love these. So I just wanted to show you what you get in that. So let me show you this. This is the brand new Make It From Your Heart Volume 6 Sketchbook by Close to My Heart. And this just came out in September. I'm loving it. I've made several layouts in here. And what I really like about this is that they have single page layouts. And then there are double page layouts. And they tell you 2 photos, 4 photos, 9 photos. And then you have A2 size cards. So you have your standard 4 4¼ by 5½ card, and then they even have slimline cards, and I love that. And so every pattern in here has 2 pieces of artwork, so you can see how they're similar but they're different, so you get lots of ideas and lots of inspiration. I love that. So I am going to be doing pattern 17 today, and this is a collaboration with Amy McGrew. So if you've not seen any of Amy's videos, go hop over to her channel and check this out, because we are both doing pattern 17 and we are both using the Silver Bells paper collection. If you haven't caught our last video, we did a collaboration and we did pattern 16 last month, and it was a Christmas layout. So if you're looking for more Christmas inspiration, check that out. I'm bringing in 2 Versamats since I'm doing a double page layout, and I'm bringing in 2 sheets of White Daisy cardstock, but I'm not 100% positive I am going to use these on my background, but I want to start building this layout. And I have this idea. This is almond cardstock, and this is a retired color, but the paper that the cardstock that would match this is the toffee, but this is just a lighter shade of tan. And if you're not familiar with Close to My Heart cardstock, it's 2-tone. So you have the true side and then you have a lighter side, and I love that because it just gives you more flexibility. But I'm going to lay this here like this on the light side. I'm going to lay this just to see what I think, and then I'll decide which background I want to use. So I found these photos on an old disc, and they're not the best quality. I didn't have the best camera. They're from 2012, and this was Christmas Eve when we took this after we put all the presents out. And I always take a picture of the tree that's lit up with all the presents in the evening the night before, so I wanted to use that. And then I have my kids here, and I actually, so you can see my son, he's just kind of a little bit blurred. Like I said, these are not the best photos, but this was what I had in 2012. This is our Christmas, and I want to be able to document it. And I also had 2 foster kids. This was a long time ago. I know that this was Jason and this was Chris, but I know nothing else about them. I don't remember. I just know I had them for a very short period of time. It was just a couple months. And then this is my mom and my son, Jonas. Jonas is 12 now, but Jonas loved puppets. My kids were always into dramatic play. We had a market set and just a kitchen set, and just, we even had a puppet stage. So he, like I said, he loved his puppets. And so he got a bag of little animal puppets for Christmas, and my mom was playing with them, while other people were unwrapping presents, and it just was a lot of fun. It was a sweet memory. And this is Faith, and Faith had just turned 4 years old. And then and y'all know who follow me that she is 15 now. So, and this is one of each one of the older kids. So I have Emily holding her horse blanket, Caleb with his little Lego set. I love that smile. And then Colton, he had another Lego set. My kids loved Lego. So I'm thinking that I want these like this. And now the original sketch that I'm using is, these are 3x4 porch landscape. So you have a 3x4, 3x4, and 3x4. But I am changing this sketch to adapt my photos to do what I want. And here it had a 3x4 portrait style right here, but I'm not going to use it that way. I'm going to build an embellishment cluster right here. So I just want you to know, you just take that sketch and just use it as a jumping off point, and you can adapt it any way that you need. So I'm adapting my photos, and I am omitting this photo and making, like I said, an embellishment cluster. So I went ahead and cut this pattern paper, and I am going to put this one here. So let's just set these to the side so we can kind of build this a little bit. So this one's going to go here, and this one will go here. And I'm going to try to make this, I cut this exactly the same. So I'm going to put this one like this. So see, if they're together, there was one piece. So I'm just going to make it so like when it's in the album, it just looks like one continuous layout. And then the sketch calls for a piece that goes across on both sides. So I cut this striped piece. I love it. And either one of these looks beautiful. I love this one, and I love this striped one. So I want to use the striped one for this. And this one's going to go about 2 1/4 way up. So you see how both the almond and the white make these papers pop. And there's a couple strips here, so I don't want you to think, oh, that blends in. There's lots of things we can do too to make it not blend in. But this, we're gonna have pieces of, like I said, strips here that are gonna separate this. But both of these like really jump out off the page, and I love that. And they make my photos pop. And I'm probably gonna put a background around these photos. There's a little banner strip here, and I could use this almond here, or I could bring in like the mink or the charcoal, the deeper gray color. I haven't decided yet. That's why I'm kind of just building and see where my embellishment clusters jump up off my page, and go from there. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the back side of that stripe for one of the pieces that go here. So we'll just put that in, and we'll put it in underneath here. I like that. See how it's so there's the total separation right there where we separated the white from the white. Okay, and like I said, there's lots of ways to do that. So I'm gonna move this. And then I know you're like, oh, well, it kind of blends in a little bit there. It does. Okay, but I have another strip that's going to come in. I had two options. I wanted to use the zip strip, so I thought we could use this one, and I could just totally lay that out here, and we could totally do this. And sure, all these papers match, and it matches, but here's my thought on this. I really want to play in on this sticker sheet, okay? I love the silver and gold. I'm definitely bringing gold in, but I thought I could bring in both gold and silver. And so I want to bring in the deeper gray, the darker gray, more the charcoal gray. There's another zip strip, and it's this one, okay? So, and if you kind of lay that there, I'm thinking, I mean, I like it. I think it'll really play. We're not going to see tons and tons and tons of it. But here, let me move this. But I think that'll bring in just enough of that. It will really accent those, just enough of that deeper gray that it will really accent those stickers and the silver. So I love that. So let's take some of the stickers off the sticker sheet. I love this border. Look at that. That really is going to pull that gold in, and I really love that. And so in the design, they have the sticker sheet up top of here. So let's see. I kind of like it down here. So let's see which one we like. And I am going to remove the sticky from this. And I've had lots of people ask me, hey, why do you, it's a sticker. Why do you remove the sticky? And so the reason I take my anti-static pouch and I remove that sticky is I like to play around with it. I don't want to commit. So if I remove this, I can then throw this in my bag that I have with all my paper. I can throw that in there and play with it later if I decide not to use it, because then it just becomes a piece of paper. And I'm just going to add sticky on the back of it anyways. I'm going to add my glue. And I also a lot of times like to put foam tape behind my stickers. So I want to be able to play with them, and I want to be able to add dimension. And you don't want to add foam tape and then part of it sticks down, so this is just what I like to do. So this works for me. So I could put that there, or like I said, in the design, they have it here, but I just don't think you see enough of it. It might just be enough like little pops of the color. And actually we could use just one of the stickers, because we could cut back here and cut behind here and maybe, carry it over here. Like we could put a piece here, and a piece here, and we would only need one of them. We could save the other one for another project. But I think that I really want to see more of that. So I think that I want it down here, kind of everything resting on top of that. I like that a lot. And this will act as a place for my embellishment cluster to rest. So that's perfect. So I think I'm going to cut that almond down for mats for the back of my photos. So let me show you a little trick though, because I'm gonna cut that 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so I can get 1/8 of an inch around those 4 by 6s. And if you cut this down at 6 1/4, you're not gonna get 4 of them out of this. So let me show you a little trick. All right, so if I bring in my cutter, okay, and you need to use this kind of cutter, not specifically this brand, but you can't use a guillotine, all right? I like to use a guillotine for a lot of my cuts, but you can't do it for this. So I'm just going to bring this in at 4 1/4. And then I am going to bring this down to 6 1/4. Okay. And I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to come back to 4 1/4. All right. And then I'm just going to cut that down to the line. You can get 4 5 by 7s out of one sheet of paper as well. And then I'm going to move this to 6 1/4. And then I have my 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 mat. And then I'll put this one in and I'll cut this one at 4. And it didn't matter which side I use, they're still going to all come out the same. So I don't want you to think, oh, I got to use that side. So I'll put that in there to 6 1/4. And now I have it by 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then I will turn my paper like this. And I got it at 4 1/4, and I'll just take it all the way down because I'm not going to need all of that. And I'll bring this to 6 1/4 again. And then this should be 4 1/4, and it is. And then I will take this to, I'll just turn it backwards. I will take this to 6 1/4 and just cut that to the line. I got a little mat here for a little 3 by 3 photo. And there, I got 4 of those out of one sheet of paper. Okay. So if you don't have almond cardstock in your stash, this is toffee, okay? And toffee's available, and toffee goes with this paper. So you could totally use the light side and substitute. It's just a little shade darker, but it goes with this paper. So you could totally pull in the toffee. I went ahead and cut the darker gray here, so you have the mink and then the light side of the charcoal. I liked this print, and I thought that it would accent my silver a little bit more. I'm not going to use tons, but there's a banner piece right here, and I thought that I could create, now this is a little bit long, but I can leave a little bit up there so I can put like a word thing there. And then I can pull these down and then create, and maybe we'll even push this a little further up. But I could totally create like a banner right here. So I'm gonna cut this in the center, and I'm gonna dovetail this. And if I need to trim a little more off the top, I can do that. But I thought that this would just kind of, see how it just kind of pulls in that. You get this one little strip, like an accent strip. And I love that. So I'm just gonna like cut this right in the middle. So this is a 3-inch strip. So I'll just move my scissors over, and you can measure it with a ruler or just eyeball it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So I'm just going to cut it at 1/2 inch, and I'm probably going to cut this here about maybe 5/8 of an inch up. And then I'm just literally going to take it from corner to corner and cut. So I'm creating that dovetail, okay? So that's how that looks, and I like that. So I can put that here. And again, if I want to cut a little more off the top, and I might do that, I can do that. I have that freedom. So I'm just going to lay my photos out, and I'm kind of, I'm going to lay them oldest to youngest. So I know I'm weird like that, but you know, what can I say? So yeah, I think that I really like that, and it just gives it just a little bit. So for my title, I'm going to bring in one of these metal dies. This one says Merry and Bright, and this one says Christmas Wishes, and then there's 'Tis the Season. I don't think I'm going to use 'Tis the Season, but let me just show you a little bit clearer here. So this is the current Close to My Heart catalog, and these are them. So this is what Christmas Wishes looks like, and this is what Merry and Bright looks like, and I'm not sure which one I want to use, but I think I'm going to cut one of those out, and I'm not sure. I might cut it out in this dark charcoal, or even I was thinking maybe I'll do like a little softer effect and do that almond. I'm not sure right here, but I'm going to put it here somewhere. Okay, so I went ahead and cut those in the light side of the charcoal, and I cut the Merry and Bright and the Christmas Wishes, and I don't know. I don't really like that there, and I think here would be kind of crowded. Now I could definitely take it right over, or I could put this one down here and then this one here, but they don't really pop to me. So I was thinking that I really do like this Merry and Bright right here. And here, let me show you. So I was thinking, I really like this Merry and Bright right here. I think that's so pretty. And I could even create maybe some ornaments in gold hanging. So Merry and Bright, Christmas Wishes. Not sure yet, because this is kind of where you put your journaling, but I could always create journaling cards, and I kind of have an idea for that too. I was going to do my journaling here. This is how they do it in the sketch, but I can adapt this however I want, right? It's my layout. So I kind of like Merry and Bright Christmas Wishes. I think that's pretty because, you know, the kids, they just have all these wishes for Christmas, and, you know, just, it's, you know, fun for them. So, I mean, it's fun for us too, but fun for them. So I kind of like that. So I'm thinking about that. And I love this bow, and I love this. So I was thinking I think I'm going to take this one off. I'll take this off, and I'll take the sticky off, and we'll kind of play with it like right here, like in this, like a little embellishment cluster right there. Ah, pretty. So let me do that. So I'm going to pull in these bigger tags right here. This is buildable tags, and I'm going to definitely use these reinforcers and add some, hopefully some sheer white ribbon. I'm going to dig in my stash and see if I have that. Okay, I cut several of those out now, and we can go ahead and play with them. And I did find, this is like old, I did dig out in my stash like a really thick ribbon, and or not thick, wide, and I like that. And I might even have like a more of a sheer one so I can keep looking. Okay, I got those tags put together, and I'm going to probably raise this up with foam tape so my tags will slide in and out, because I am going to put my journaling on here. So I want these to be interactive and come in and out as many times as needed. And I went ahead and I want to bring this stamp in right here, this Evergreen Card Making Workshop. And I'm also going to bring in this stamp, which is the Silver Bells Card Making Workshop. Okay, and what I want to bring in is I want to bring in this ornament. I want to bring in this bell. I want to bring in this bow, and I'm going to bring in probably these little, like little greenery, little evergreen spruce little thingies. And I also want to bring in this branch and the acorn here, the pine cone here, and I want to bring those in like silver and gold, to bring in more silver and gold. So I brought this sticker in over here, and I want to bring it in. I want to kind of build that visual triangle. So I'm going to bring in this one, and I want to bring this one in like over here. So I'm going to build another embellishment cluster right there. And I went ahead and I dug into my stash, and I pull out some silver foil and gold foil, and I cut a couple of those bells. And I was just thinking that those would look good somewhere over here. Okay. And then I want to bring in, I'm going to bring in that gold. I'm going to bring in the bow, and I'm going to bring that in gold. And I'm going to put that right here at the top of this bell. So I think that looks super cute. And then I cut up a couple of gold, a couple of these leaves in gold. And I thought that those would be fun to just bring in a little bit more gold accent. And I'm gonna bring in a couple over here. And then I also wanna bring in a couple, I'll bring in one down here. Bring in one down here. And then I wanna bring in a couple over here as well. And then I also went ahead and I cut those pine cones. And what I did with the pine cones is I cut the bottom. I love the intricate detail in here. So I cut these in the light side of the almond that I've been using. And then I cut this in the dark side of the toffee. So I want to add a little bit of inking on there before I go ahead and glue them together. So I'm going to bring in a blending brush. These are so soft. I absolutely love these blending brushes. And I'm going to bring in, first I'm going to bring in a little bit of the almond ink, and I'm going to put almond ink on the bottom part, the bottom part of that. So I want to, let me bring this in. I want to bring in these, and I'm kind of going to tap off of here and just add a little bit of ink in. Believe it or not, this gives it a whole lot more detail, and I really like, it gives it some texture, and I really like the look of that. And then I'm going to bring in the toffee to do these top pieces. So I'm just going to add, I'm just going to do them the same way, just kind of go around the edges right there, and I'm going to concentrate just towards the bottom. Okay, so I got those glued together, and I'm going to put a couple of those over here. I just kind of thought I would tuck them in here, and then maybe one down here, and we will put this with that. And then I will go ahead and put a couple up here, and we will slide this in. Okay, so I got some of those ornaments cut out in gold and silver foil. And I was thinking that I was going to kind of place these like gold, silver, gold, silver. And I think, and then I'll add some string, some ribbon, or maybe some gold twine or gold thread. So I'm going to do that. And then I also went ahead and cut several of these little twig thingies in little sprigs here in silver. So I just thought I would kind of tuck them in and around just in various little spots to bring a little bit more of that silver in. So just kind of here and there, I'll tuck them in and just kind of build that. So maybe we'll put one right here on top of that, and then I'll put one in down here. And I'm definitely going to pop these up with foam tape, and I'm going to pop this up. So I think I'm going to get some of my pieces glued down, but before I do, I am going to bring in my toffee ink, and I am going to bring in a blending tool, and I'm just going to do a little bit of edge distressing. I don't want a lot, and I thought about I could just use the almond, and yeah, no, I'm going to use the toffee. And I'm literally only going to just take my pieces, and I'm just going to run this over the edge just to give it just a little bit more separation and just a little bit more detail. So I'm not adding a lot or doing a lot of distressing. I'm literally just running this over like this. And I'm going to do all my pieces. Okay, so I got those pieces all glued down, and I want to show you. So I added foam tape to the back of this, and then I'm going to take my anti-static pouch, and I'm going to run it, and I'm going to make sure I get all the sides, because I don't want anything sticking to that. I want to pull my tag in and out and something sticks to it. I don't want my mat to stick to it. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure I showed you that I did that. And then I'm going to stick this down, and then these will easily slide in and out. And this is where I'm going to keep my journaling and tell a story. And I did switch out these ribbons because the other one, I don't know, it just seemed too big. But anyways, and then I also dug through my stash and pull out some gold and silver, like just string. And I will show you how I'm going to attach that here in a minute. But let's go ahead and work on, I mean, I could use this as my third embellishment cluster. It's perfect. But I was just thinking I wanted to add a little something here. I wanted to bring in a little bit more of those stickers and those ornaments. So I was thinking that I could bring in this one. So I have a bow and then another bow. And I did put some foam tape on the back of this. And I'm just thinking that it could go maybe like here. And then I pull this off the sticker sheet and it says December Traditions. And so I'm going to draw in a little bit more gold up here. And I thought I could just put that right over top of that ornament in this space right here. And I also went ahead and cut a few more of those silver little sprigs. And then I could just kind of stick them in there, just kind of around that. And it would make that, it would kind of bring the silver in there and kind of dress that up. So that's my thoughts with that. And then, okay, and then I want to go ahead, let me show you how I'm going to attach that. This is so complicated. I'm just kidding. I am going to just literally take my 4 strings here. And I'm going to just take a little bit of Scotch tape and literally just tape these to the back of this because no one's going to see it, right? I'm going to put this in my mat, and I'm in my frame, and then I'm going to have my next layout right there and over top of it. So you're like not even going to see it. And I just figured this was the easiest way to put that string down, and I'll trim that little extra piece off. So another thing I'm going to do is I do not want my tags to go down. I don't want them to get lost. I don't want them to go down any further than that. And I have all this room. So I'm going to create a stopper right here. And it's really easy to do that. I'm literally going to take some more of that foam tape, and I'm just going to run it right where I want those to stop. And then I will use that. I will absolutely make sure you don't want your thing sticking in there. I will make sure I use that anti-static pouch and get all that sticky off those sides. Okay? So I'm ready to stick that down, and I don't want to see this coming out from the side, so I'm going to make sure that I cover that. And I literally left like 1/4 of an inch around in between my photos. So I'm just going to keep the same thing. And so there. And then that also created another support right there for in the middle. And then I will just put my tags in there, and they will slide in and out. So let's do that real quick. If you're enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up and then hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate your support, and then YouTube knows to continue sharing videos like this, and it goes a long way into helping my channel. All right, so just a little touch up there. Went ahead and I carried up my ornaments, I carried up my gold, and I carried up my silver. So I kind of kept that embellishment cluster going. So I got that visual triangle, draw my eye. This will literally draw my eye completely around the page, and that's what you want. So let's bring in those really pretty silver bells, dots. I absolutely love these. So we could totally add in the silver. I love these white. Make me think of snowballs, you know. But I don't think you're really going to see those. And I really love these gold ones. Look at the sparkle and shimmer in them. So I really think that because my titles are in that charcoal gray, I really think adding in these gold ones will really give it that extra pop. So let's add a couple of these in. I added 3 here, and then I added 3 here. And then I added 5 here because you know how I like to do things in odd numbers. I just think it's a little more visually pleasing to the eye. So this is our finished layout, and I really like how that silver and gold came out. So I'm just going to give you just a little bit more of a closer look so you can kind of see the detail in that. I mean, look at the layering and the sponging on those pine cones. I mean, that is so pretty. And then the detail in these, the intricate detail in these thin cuts. I really like these. I mean, these are so pretty. So there's that one. And here's those ornaments. And this, I will go ahead and put, when I put this in my page protector, I will put a little slit from here to here. I'll just take I'll put a little cutting mat in there. Don't try to cut your mat, you'll cut through both sides. So I'll just stick a little cutting mat, like just a little kitchen one, right through my plastic sleeve. And then I'll take my ruler and my scissors, and I will literally just open them up, and then I will make a slit directly across right there. And then I'll just pop these through my page protector. So my page won't have to pull in and out for you to be able to, you know, for my kids to look at the journaling. And this will just slide in and out, and it'll be interactive, and they can read. And the stories I'm going to tell is, I'm going to tell how Emily and Faith got cat scratch fever because we got Colton this little tiny red kitten. And poor Colton, he never got to hold his kitten, not one time. This thing was so evil. It like darted out the door, and we could never catch it again, ever. No matter what we did, we couldn't lure it in. And they ended up getting fevers. And so on Christmas Day, in the evening, my husband had to take them both to the emergency room, and they had to be put on antibiotics, and it was crazy. So that'll be a fun story I tell, and I'll tell the story of Jonas and how much he loved his puppets, and Faith just turning 4 and kind of getting into the Barbies, and how much the boys just loved their Legos. I mean, they were so into Legos. So those are the stories I will tell on my journaling cards. So like I said, this was a collaboration with my friend Amy McGrew, and Amy will be using the same sketch in the same paper pack, so it'd be interesting to see what she comes up with. So hop on over and check out that video. And also, if you're looking for more inspiration or more Christmas inspiration, I'll leave another Christmas video at the end of this linked. I hope you enjoyed this process video. Till next time.